today is kind of a wet and miserable day, and so we figured since we're not doing anything today and it is Sunday, we would tackle the job of putting together some stovepipe for a wood burning cook stove that we've got. It's an older wood stove, and we'll show you a picture of it here in just a second. It's really nice, and I'll talk a little bit more about that once we get into the house. But for now, I've got 4 of these metal stovepipes that we've got from a shop here in Maine called the Pioneer Store. So we've got to snap these things together. Now, I don't really know how to do this. I've seen a couple of videos of it, and I figured I'd just kind of show you guys how I'm doing it, and kind of go through the whole process of documenting what it's like for an absolute noob like myself, and you might be a noob as well, to what it, showing some of the techniques that I've seen on YouTube, and putting it together. So let's go ahead and do that. First thing I'm going to do is put some gloves on, because I have no intentions of slicing my hands open, and these things are actually pretty freaking sharp, so we're going to do that. Now, what I've noticed on these is that there is a bend. There's kind of a slight, I don't know if you can see it here, there's kind of a slight indentation along the edge here. And so what I found is trying to put these together by doing the end first, it's not going to happen. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to bend this tab here, we're going to bend this tab here, see what happens. So again, we're just going to kind of try to bend this thing in, and it kind of folds right along that line I was telling you about. So there's a line right here, a straight line, and the pipe actually bends a little bit right on that, so makes it a little easy. Okay, so now I've got these bent in. We're going to try and fit this in. Start at this corner. Well, damn, that was pretty easy. You can see that. So you can kind of see right here where this side fits into this side here. I'm going to try and get it to snap completely in. So let's see. There we go. Look at that. So now that's this side here snapped into this side, and we're going to do the same thing on this one. Just by kind of bending that out, and I think that's it. Wow, that was pretty simple, and it's in there tight. Okay, so that's the way to do it. There is no doubt about it. That is definitely the way to do it. So let's do another one. This is the same type of pipe. Again, it's got this, you can kind of see it right here. It's got that little line there. So we're going to bend along that. We're going to do it on this side as well. And actually, it seems to be a little easier if you start in the middle as opposed to trying to bend the ends first. If you start in the middle with both hands and kind of put your fingers in that groove and just bend it down, seems to go in pretty good. All right, so now we'll try and fit that in there. Okay, it's in there. Now we're gonna have to pop that in. Yep. So once you get it started, it looks like right here, once you kind of get this end started, then pulling this piece out, kind of pop it into place. At least that's what happened on the first one. Yep. I don't know if you can hear that, but it does, it actually pops. So that's now in there pretty good, just like that. I'm gonna do this one as well, although this one kind of looks like it's already in there. So we're gonna do it anyways. Push it out. Just kind of squeeze it all together. Now I do know, now I'm looking at this going, okay, well there seems to be this little flat spot here. When we go to put these in and install them on the stove, I mean the only real thing we need to worry about that we found on the first stove that we installed is that these pieces basically are just going to fit together like this. So as long as they fit together okay, it should be fine. So all right, so we got two. Now we need a third one. Now this one is going to be a little different. The reason, well, we still have to pop it in, but you'll see that on our stove, the cook stove that we have, the back side of, after it comes out of the heat box or out of the fire box, the back side of it is actually up, you know, egg-shaped. So it's a little different, and so we're gonna try to shape this one a little bit, I think. But let's go ahead and get this thing in first, and we'll use our technique. We just figured out. We'll start in the center, put our fingers in that little groove underneath, and just flatten that piece out. Honestly, I tried doing this earlier, and I probably spent 15 minutes trying to just get these, you know, start here and get this corner in, and it didn't work. All it did was piss me off and aggravate the hell out of me. So, all right, so now we've got this end flat here, and you can kind of see that again. It's kind of flat and turned in on itself. Get this one side started. Kind of push it all in. Kind of just fits together like a glove, and you can kind of see right down this line here. Pretty good. All right, once that's done, again, it's not completely in all the way. We're just gonna push this out. Bam. Pops in there. Do it on the other side. Whew, piece of cake. Look at that. All right, and then that's it. Kind of reshape it a little bit, but again, we're not going to have to do much to these because so long as they, you know, when we put them together, they'll go together like this. Now, this piece here, or you know, one of these pipes we're going to have to make into an oblong shape. And when we were talking to the folks at the Pioneer Place, which is a store here in Maine, they suggested, you know, most people will want to try to compress this way with the edge out, but they recommended that we compress it this way with the edge, you know, on the long side. So that's what we're going to try and do. And for right now, all I'm going to try to do is just kind of shape this a little bit. And then once we get into the cabin and we take a look at the actual pipe itself, which will be in another video. This video is simply just to show how to put these things together. We'll try to get it a little bit more shaped, so to fit. But let's go ahead and try this. So, kind of has a general shape of what we're looking for. For those of you folks who have been watching this channel for quite a while, you'll probably know that I am an old wrestler. The cauliflower ear that shows up in my videos a lot. The grip I'm using right now is just called the gable grip. Just gives me a lot of it allows me to really get a good solid pressure on that pipe. So anyways, so there we go. Do this a little bit more. And I do like the fact that this seam is actually in the long as opposed to the side here, which is what the gentleman that I talked to said most people try to do. And the reason they do that is just because it seems to be easier. But this wasn't too bad at all, actually. This was pretty easy. Now, that's it for this video. I do have one more. We'll put that together here in a minute. But I did want to say thank you for sticking around and watching this. And I hope this helps you guys out when you are having to put your stovepipes together. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys on the next video. And I did tell you I was going to show you our stove, so here it is. This is a Noise Ideal Maine series stove. And we got the pipe installed today. And we're going to fire it up for the first time here. Maybe not today, but we'll get this thing fired up here very soon. So we'll also do a video on this. But for now, here she is.